Hi, Peter Hudson, Head of Training and Recruitment at the World Golf Teaching Federation, Great Britain and Ireland, and founder of YGA. And just going to briefly cover what happened at last night's coach training that you might find useful. And I think that what's really the best gift I can give you here is that this is for those people that are really serious about wanting to get better, and for those people that are really serious about becoming a golf coach as well. So it works for both genres. And it's about lag. And lag is going to be the main facet that creates power, but it's heavily linked with direction also. So first of all, to understand lag, lag is not trigger delay. So this is trigger delay. Lag is how far that club head is behind the shaft, how far the shaft is behind the hands. Because the only point that you can assess the lag conditions here and the pressure points that are going to give you feedback about the lag is obviously through the hands. Now these points are 3 in the hands, and there is also a pressure point here, meaning that when this arm is against the chest, we can create power through that with continual acceleration. So the other 3 points, and you may well have heard about these, is the 3 fingers at the back of the left hand or target hand, where the right heel meets the back of that thumb going down the shaft, and this bottom knuckle here, which is called the third pressure point. And this really is the one that I really want to talk about the most briefly, because obviously we went into long explanations about that. But if I'm going to give you one tip today that's really going to help change your golf, it's thinking about this point, becoming aware of the point, and then noticing how you can not only feel where this club is on plane, but also then notice whether that club head is behind it and stays behind it all the way through till either a follow through or final follow through position. Also, then you can monitor the directions of which it's going. So obviously we pretty much know now that this has got to go down, out and forward. So again, through that pressure point, if that club head is still lagging behind the shaft, behind the hands, you're going to notice it at that point. Again, I can give you 1,000 drills for that, but I'd rather give them to you face to face. We then had a very interesting discussion, and this is something that you can go away today and put into practice straight away. And it's under a very broad heading of course management, but it's the idea that you play sort of 3 rounds of golf using a percentage factor. So if we say, big picture, that course management is actually working with percentages, then what would happen if you change your percentage? So in other words, you only took a shot if you were between 95 and 100% sure that it was going to be successful, or you changed that to something between 65 and 75, or you changed that between 45 and 55 or less. But we're going to pick those 3, those levels. Now, what I think may be interesting here is 1, how you score, but 2, what kind of different enjoyment you get from a round of golf. Now, the first time I did the 95 to 100, I had I'm sorry, but I'm going to say an almost spiritual feedback. It was quite incredible to only hit shots that I knew had this very, very high success rate. And obviously that meant the driver went out the bag. But go out and try this and see what happens when you play these different percentages. You may discover that you can enjoy golf in a far different way. You may find out that it gives you better scores. But the point is to experience something different. As many wise men before me have said, if you keep on doing what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always got. So why not just make this little change in how you, in the perspective, and you look at the success of each shot to play a different game of golf and see what you get out from it. And again, I'll be very, very interested to get your outcomes, your feedback from that. The last thing that we very quickly covered upon, and again, this is deep at the heart of our philosophies, is this idea of no outcome. Now that seems really strange to many of us because, you know, we're out there trying to play our best golf. But what we're saying is that when we adopt the philosophy, attitude and state of not having a desiring outcome, we have a goal that's the outcome we've got, but then we want to hit the shot without any concern about outcome, because as soon as we do, we bring in fear and anxiety, and of course the ego and the monkey mind, as some people call it, or you know, the monkey on your shoulder, whatever you want, however you want to describe it. So without a doubt, then the whole philosophy of our coaching and how you should start to learn will be massively accelerated when you can get this non-outcome, both when you learn and you play. And we're sort of like talking a little bit about, you know, how we can keep those emotions down so that we play at our best. Look, there's an awful lot in there. You know, we went on for quite some time last night, and there was lots of questions. So this is reasonably difficult for you to get in this short space of time. If you have any questions about it, feel free to call me 07939 584 010. If you know of somebody, some of your golfing friends that might be interested, please pass this newsletter on to them. And you know, we're always here to help you. So, happy golfing. Prepare for winter, it's coming.